Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome to my channel, Cherished Memories Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this pattern. I used two different colors in this one and I really like how this stitch just makes the colors pop out at you. And you can do it in more than two colors if you'd like. I've seen it done in three and it really looks nice. I did a sample in just solid and I didn't care as much for it. It's still pretty, but I'd rather do at least two colors. And here's the back. So both sides look nice. So we'll get started. You can use any size of hook that you'd like. Just remember the bigger hook, the bigger stitch, which makes your project bigger. First, you're going to want to chain a multiple of 10. I'm only doing 20 since I'm just doing a sample, but do a multiple of 10 until you get your project the size you want. And once there, you're going to chain one extra. And now we're going to skip that extra chain there, and we're going to go into the second chain, and we're going to do, in the next 5 chains, a slip stitch in each of them. There's 2. And try to make these kind of loose. It'll just help in the next row to go in top of them, because it can, if you make them tight, it's really hard to get through. Okay, so there's 5. Now in the next 5 chains, we're going to do a half double crochet in each of those. There's 1. Okay, there's all my half double crochets. Now I'm going to do my 5 slip stitches in the next 5 chains. 1, and 5. Now we're to our last 5 chains. So we're going to do a half double crochet in each of those. And my last one is 5. Okay, so that's row 1. That's what it should look like. And now we're going to chain 1. And now we'll start on row 2. And we're going to work in the back loops. You're not going to go underneath both loops. We're going to do half double crochets on top of each half double crochet. But go ahead and go into that back loop only. That's 1. And my last one, 5. Now we're going to do a slip stitch on top of each slip stitch from the last row. And I'm hoping I did them loosely enough. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find the loop, so just go over to your half double crochets and kind of go from there. They kind of want to curve over. So that's why it's important to kind of do them loose. And work these in the back loop also. Okay, now I'm to my half double crochets. And my 5th one. Okay, now I'm going to do slip stitches on top of those 5 slip stitches. There's 1, 2, if you find you did them too tight, you can always use a tapestry needle and kind of stretch them apart a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to bring that through because I'm going to change colors. This is where you would change colors. I'm just going to go ahead and take that stitch completely out. I'm going to cut my yarn, and I'm going to bring my new color. So I'm going to go in there with my hook, get my new color. And I'm just going to bring it through like that. Now I'm going to turn it over and tie it. I like to tie it 2 times. Okay. Now we're going to start row 1 again. It's just you just repeat row 1 and 2. And both rows will complete the circle. So you're going to have 2 rows of half double crochets, 2 rows of slip stitches, 2 rows of half double crochets in row 1 and 2, and you're just going to repeat that. So we're going to do row 1 again. So we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we've got 2 rows of slip stitches. So now we're going to do 2 rows of half double crochets on top of each other. So like here we've got 2 rows of half double crochets. Now when we get to our half double crochets, we're going to do slip stitches. And in the next row, we're going to do slip stitches. So it's going to be 2 rows of, if we start here, we're going to do 2 rows of half double crochets. On top of that, 2 rows of slip stitches, 2 rows of half double crochets. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now we've got 2 rows of slip stitches, so now we know we're going to do half double crochets on top of those slip stitches. And I think I did my slip stitches a little bit too tight. That's okay, I'll make it work. There's 2. Four, and just 1 more. Okay, so now I've got my 2 rows of slip stitches, and now I'm starting on my rows of half doubles. And so now here's our half doubles from the previous row. We're going to do slip stitches on top of each of those. It's 4 and 5. Okay, now I'm to my slip stitches, so I'm going to do half doubles on top of all those. It's 3. And 1 more. Okay, so I've got 5 half double crochets on top of the slip stitches. And now here's my half double crochets. So I'm going to do a slip stitch on top of each one of those. And 1 more. So now we're going to start row 2 again. Going to chain 1. up our work. And we're going to do a slip stitch on top of each slip stitch. Remember to only go through the back loop and try to leave those loose. The last one. Okay, now we're to our half double crochets. So we're going to do half double crochet on top of each one of those. Okay, now I'm back to my slip stitches. And my last slip stitch. Now to my half double crochets. I think my yarn is all tangled up here. Here we go. Okay. There's one. And one more. That makes 5. So now, see each row, now I've got my full circle. So now would be the time to change your color again. If you're changing colors, you can do it into your first color, or if you want to do 3 colors, make it into your third color. So now what you would do after you've changed colors is just chain 1. I'm not going to change colors, I'm just going to show you. And where we've got 2 rows of the half doubles, we know we're going to do 5 slip stitches on top of those. And here's our 5 slip stitches. We're going to do 5 half doubles and 5 slip stitches on these half double crochets and 5 half doubles here. And then when you flip that, you're going to be on row 2 again, and you're going to put the same stitches on top of those, and that will complete your pattern, and you'll have a complete circle on those. So you just basically just do rows 1 and 2 over and over again. The only difference is after you've completed rows 1 and 2, you're going to start the different stitch on top of those. Like I said, you're going to do your slip stitches on top of these half double crochets because you've got 2 rows of half double crochets. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyway, that's all. It's really simple, and I love how the colors just pop out. So if you use 3 different colors, it would really be pretty. But anyway, I hope you have fun with this. I did, and I'm trying to think of what I want to make with this pattern. I've got a grandchild coming in November, so probably a baby blanket. And I want to thank you for joining me today. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.